Leo, good morning. How are you guys? So I've just had a right rigmarole this morning, Leo. I've just found out I've also got extremely high blood pressure, and now I'm having to take blood pressure tablets. That was when I was taking the Saxenda and having all my checks. I've lost 2 stone in 1 month. That's a fucking lot of weight in 1 month. So stone for you guys, what would that be? That's £13 in a stone, so that's £26 in 4 weeks' time. Less than 4 weeks. That's £26 in less than 4 weeks. So that stuff is fucking marvellous. But at the time, when they were taking all my blood, taking all of my blood pressure and everything, I've got extremely high blood pressure, and that is why I've been getting loads of headaches. So I'm now on blood pressure tablets. So, oh dear, what a morning it's been. Then I've got a blood test in about an hour, and a urine test. So I've been prodded and pricked and everything, Leo. Anyway, it's your reading. Enough about me. How are you guys? So obviously, I don't think I said this on the other ones. Patreon has now sent me a message this morning saying that all of you guys will be able to view it differently because I can upload directly to Patreon instead of uploading to YouTube and then Patreon, okay, from a link. So they've got their own video player apparently. So apparently it gives you a lot more capability of putting it on different phones, tablets, TV, all sorts of stuff, right? So check it out. Let me know what you think if it looks different to you. So for Leo, let's see what it is that your environment is trying to tell you of anything, Leo. Then we'll clarify them. So for Leo this week, what is the environment trying to tell Leo? Tell me anything that's hidden or any kind of messages that you want Leo to have from their environment that is trying to tell Leo. So you've got always partying. You might need to calm down on the party life here. I haven't seen this card before, but well, no, why not? I mean, like I said, if you're or not, could be something to do around a Pisces. But if you're in high spirits and high vibe and everything else, and there's a party, hopefully it's not a third party, but it could be someone's birthday party, maybe. I don't know. But always partying. If you're drinking shitloads and God knows what else, then I would calm down on that one. But I definitely wouldn't say not have a good time. Okay, so always out, enjoying myself, so on and so forth. And then an offer comes in when you're out drinking here, maybe, Leo. So I don't know if you guys are single or you're celebrating something with somebody here, but an offer comes in probably when you're at a bar. Seems to be a lot of alcohol type sort of mixing drinks and stuff. Let's see, Leo. But I think it's just like a high vibe, Leo, a high vibration. Leo, what should Leo's environment trying to tell Leo? Moving on, thank you. Next, I'm considering about myself and not you. Child services. Kids at risk of being taken or is about to. Reporting something, neglect and also abuse. Oh dear. So this might be where you've got an ex or anybody around you that drinks loads of alcohol or drugs and they have children and they're not good for your children here. So don't forget, Leo, if this doesn't relate to you, it could relate to people that are Life Path 8s or Aquarians. Because I'm picking up like a huge Aquarian scenario that I know of around a lot of you. Okay, like Elijah and all these people that have had children with exes and their exes taking drugs, heroin, all that sort of stuff here. So what you've got is someone that is always partying. They're not taking life seriously at all. Okay, they could be drinking, doing drugs, alcohol. You've moved away from that, but they have your child. Okay, so you might be worrying the fact that this person has your child and they're not within their right mind here. Now, there could be a knot, could be a Life Path 3 or a Piscean. Okay, now, whichever environment it is, I believe that this always partying isn't a good aspect for someone because I started to see it as that, you know, don't not enjoy yourself, you know, obviously be in high vibes, but now I'm seeing it as someone that is always mixing with the devil. So a Devi or a devil itself, which would be a Capricorn energy, and they're always partying. They're always looking for some kind of danger. Someone's moved on from them. Now, if this is your child could be in trouble here, okay, because they could be mixing with the wrong people. okay, with the wrong crowd, okay. Now, someone's moved away from this energy here because of the amount of toxic energy that seems to have come from this person, and you've moved away, but it's obviously here that it's to do with your child or your ex-husband or wife, and someone that you could have, that you basically don't want this person mixing with, okay? I definitely keep picking up the energy of mixing and mastering music, or just like mixing drinks, mixing stuff like that here. Could be something to do around maybe a Sagittarius or Taurus like par 5, but mixing, that would be a Sagittarius energy. Let's see. I come up against this scenario before, so I'm just going to say it and put it out there. Somebody at one point, okay, one of my clients was married, or not married, but they got a child with someone, but they weren't married, but they had children together. And she lived there, but it was very, very neglectful, abusive. There was a lot of drugs that was kind of around. She couldn't get out, even though I kept saying, look, the environment is not good for your child, but I'll lose my child, I can't just leave my child. But my advice was, go from the bad environment, okay, and then get your child. Get your child, go to the police, go to social services and get your child to come with you. She didn't take that advice, and she just kept staying there, saying that she was going to go, but she never did. Eventually it got turned around on her, where he kicked her out and then reported her to the police, saying that she's doing this, she's doing that. Okay, she wasn't, but that was what was turned around on her by the narcissist. Okay, and he was always partying, taking drugs, alcohol, mixing with the wrong crowd, chasing the dragon. Okay, could even be the dragon, but all that sort of stuff. And, and it was a bad environment. And now it's child services now to prove her innocence. So I believe that there's drug abuse from an ex-husband or a wife, or physical abuse of someone that you've been trying to move away from. And this person is possibly drinking, taking drugs, all that sort of stuff here. Always partying. Let's see, Leo. Any messages for Leo to be aware of, please? So you've got moves in silence. There's Jen. Be careful, Jen, and your hat here. Out partying. Okay, it might just be on a general level that some of you are just out partying because you're having a good time and you're moving on with your life and you just have children. That's all. Okay, so don't stop that. Don't let a message stop you from having a good time. But if you've got a very abusive ex where child services are having to stand in between you and an ex-husband because they're always taking drugs and alcohol, this is also like a Libra energy, because it would be moving in silence. So some of you are trying not to prod this person here, because there could be this energy of tipping someone over the edge. Okay, I'm on the edge of the reach. So moves in silence, not letting a person know that their plan is that they might be trying to take the children off you. So if you've got an ex-husband or a wife and you're divorcing, and you don't know that this person might be planning on taking their child, they might be, because they're doing it in secret. It could be a Libra or involving a Libra, because I would pick this up as the High Priestess. Okay, silence. So there could be this discrepancy between you and an ex-husband or a wife, where one or both of you possibly don't realise or know that the other one is trying to interfere with the child and take the child from the mother or the father here. Okay, now if you know of that already, you're aware of it, but because of this saying kids at risk of being taken or is about to be, and reporting something and neglect and abuse, but I move in silence, it might be where you're aware of this and you need to inform the authorities that the person that is trying to take your children is not within their right mind to do so. So you could be going to court or social services here. Court or social services. Okay, so let's see what let's clarify these cards. What is this always partying for who is this always partying? Who is always partying around Leo? Who is this person that's always partying around Leo? Who is this person that's always partying around Leo? Could be a Libra placement here too. Here, this is like drunk text. You might get a drunk call, or someone that's like, I don't know, just intoxicated. And when they are is when they ring, and when they call is when they've been drinking and taking drugs or alcohol of such here. But yeah, that's like A&E. This person could then end up having a stomach pump here by drinking or consuming way too much alcohol here. Because this, to me, is always nurses, hospitals, doctors, okay? So it could be partying too much, okay? And it's funny because I've just gone to the hospital and the doctors here. So I don't know. It might be where someone's informing you that you're smoking and stuff, but you know, could be smoking copious amounts of ganja and weed. Oh wow, this person really is intoxicated. Holy shit! Is it a Piscean here? Is it your mother or father? Is it involving? Well, if you guys have come from the other readings where I was explaining where this card turned up here, and that this person was a life path 3 Capricorn, there you go. Capricorn can mean always partying, drugs, alcohol, obsessive, weird, strange behaviour, intoxicated, you know, taking a lot of marijuana even, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then you get the High Priestess, which is coming up as the person that has all of this in their chart. So it's just proving within the tarot cards here. This person's also spiritual, but they're always partying. You can't really, I mean, you can do that, but it's not ethical. Okay. So that is definitely under the influence of drugs and alcohol here. Okay. So yeah, but there are other general messages here. If it wasn't that partying energy, that is also like doctors, hospitals, okay, trying to find out what's wrong with me and stuff like that, needing to go for a blood test, all this sort of stuff, blah, blah, blah. And have you got clear vision? You know, do you get headaches? Do you get dizzy when you stand up? All this sort of stuff here. But I've got to go with the cards. It does say always partying. So what I'm picking up is here that someone is definitely 100% under the influence here. Okay. So what's this offer come in? Because it can be an offer that someone makes to someone when they're pissed and when they've had loads to drink and that they have, you know, they get really intoxicated. They think about making this offer from someone that's moved on in their life. What is this offer? Why is this offer here? What is this offer? Please clarify the offer that comes in for Leo. The offer is a Two of Swords. It's towards a Libra. You got, I would say this is a Libra, very much so here. And then you got 2 and 2 again. So it's really involving Jen, Julian, Justin, Jack, Jasmine, Jack. But like also Libra energy here, an offer. Don't know whether to take it or not, whether to offer it or not, but that's what I'm considering doing. What is this Two of Swords? Two of Swords towards a person when they may be intoxicated. Two of Swords is a 10 of Pentacles. It might be to do with around finances and money here. This person's roulette. This person gambles here. It is, they gamble. This is taking risks and chances and gambles. This is the roulette wheel, the stuff that makes you like under the influence of winning. Okay, so this is a person here that is also a Piscean here that gambles, goes to the roulette wheel. They get drunk and they drink and maybe party and do God knows what else that they do when they're partying out under the influence of the lights and the flashing lights and the possibility of winning. And when they do that, they probably hook up with people around that environment here. Okay. And it might be with an ex. An ex is very present around the gambling, casino, dodgy kind of dealing stuff here because it's to do with around money here. So it might be where someone ends up sleeping or talking to someone when they're under the influence. Okay. Let's see. Moving on. Thank you. Next. Moving on. Thank you. Next. is a 2 again, another Libra energy. You got 2, 2, 2, and this moving on, this moves in silence might be a Libra energy as well. So it could be 2 Libras. Unless you are Maynard and you are tall and you're like the 3 Libras. What a very good track. But anyway, tell me more about this 2 of Cups. Is a 3. Someone at a distance. A 3 again. You got 3 and 3. Meg Ryan. Moving on away from this person here. Distancing. Like the world can be distance. Or distancing myself from them. And learning to move on to the future of an Aquarian or Leo here. Could be meeting someone abroad if you're going on holiday or going away. You could also meet someone here as well. I bet the doctor I just see was a Libra or she's going on holiday for a week in November here. Very soon. Yeah, there's travelling here, the world. These could be doctors, hospitals, child services. Why is child services here? To do with a Gemini or a Capricorn? To do with your child? And an 8 of Swords about visitation rights here. About Aquarian Leo. Another one or yourselves here? Okay, but 8. So it feels like that this 2 of Cups is a moved on from my ex. So for a lot of you here, or within this reading, someone's single. They're not actually in a relationship. They are single. They're mingling and they're out there trying to find people, but I think that the place that they find them is around casinos and bars and partying and drinking. Now, like I said, I've always told people to go out to bars and restaurants and meet people. Right here, so, you know, it feels like that this is a... I don't know, there's 2 stories. Some of you are just single and you're going out mingling and doing, you know, doing your own thing and mingling with people, so on and so forth, right? And then some of the messages are an offer that might come in from a person that's drunk and intoxicated, and it might be an ex, okay? They could hook up with an ex whilst they're drunk here, or intoxicated in some way. And then you've got child services, where some of you are constantly going through this with a person that is now a 2 of Cups. They're no longer a 6. That's just your ex-husband or a wife. Okay, and there's chances of, because it's no longer a 6. Okay, so you're just going through child services. This person could really be thinking about taking your children and providing for your children, but taking them from you here to influence the kid to maybe come and live here at this 8 of Swords here. So there might be visits and children, and they might be visiting their ex or husband or wife, but one of them is more than likely trying to talk the other one to try and coach them into moving into this 8 of Swords place. Because that'll be a house. That'll be where someone lives. Okay, and they move in silence to try and do it with the other person not knowing, which is like Libra energies here. All these 2 energies. Travel is also moving in, moving away and in also. Moves in silence. Around an Aries, Leo or Sagittarian, and Libra again, a 2 and a 5, yeah. There's a lot to do with this child being taken here, okay, or moving out of parents or houses or homes. A lot of moving, but yeah, this is definitely a message for the people that may have children here, where your ex-husband or wife are considering fighting for custody over the children here, and deciding whether to or whether not to. 5 and 2 of Pentacles is a 7 of Pentacles. So there's this waiting energy. Is this person planning on taking my children? Well, it says it here. Okay, it does say it here. Because it's definitely taking it from someone to give it to someone else. That's definitely there. So, like I said, if that's, I want to take my children on holiday, I'm not taking them away from you, not permanently. I just want to spend time and take them on holiday. That might be feasible, because that can be, you know, needing to go through the child services to say, how long is it that you're not going to be here? You know, and, you know, is it all right with the law? Is it all right with the police or Laura? But again, it's taking something and because there's also something being taken here that is drugs and alcohol as well. You know, you have to be very careful around that sort of stuff, because when it comes to going to court and when it comes to all of those kind of things, you can have that thrown in your face. Well, do you drink alcohol? She does, or he does, yes. They do drink alcohol. They smoke a lot of weed and everything else, and they party and they do all of that. That will not go in your favour if you end up going to court and you're known to be a person that is intoxicated a lot, because they'll just throw that at you in court. They'll just say, well, you're never in your right mind. They take tablets, drugs and alcohol on the top of a mixture and a cocktail of other stuff that they may have as medication. And all medication should not be taken with alcohol, any medication. So if you're on medication and you have you drink alcohol and also smoke weed, that whole concoction can be brought up in court against you here. So that might be what you're doing, or this person is considering maybe taking the child, because they're going to end up saying that they're always drinking a load of alcohol or something like that here. Let's see. So we need to look at this now, Leo. Leo. Any other messages here for Leo that you want Leo to know, please? Any messages for Leo? Oh, I hate that card. I scared myself that day. This person worries you and they make you scared because they might be taking your children, or they might be taking drugs, or the family is scared or worried. Leo. Leo. Any messages for Leo? Thank you for leaving me. So, you're welcome. So, I don't know. You're definitely not with someone here. Not within this message. Like I said, if your life is perfect and it's happy, okay, and you're with a partner and you're happy and you're married, you know, you'll need a personal reading, really. Because, you know, Tara's about really, or Tara, or Tanya, or Tatiana, but, you know, it's never about, can I try and find any messages to make my life any better when it is. You know, there's no messages to give you, really. You've got to be going through a problem, really. Let's see, Leo. Leo. Leo, messages for Leo. I do wish you well. So someone's on their way, and bon voyage. I focus on you instead of my pain. Really? Who would do that? I focused on the other person instead of myself here. So someone could be trying to coach someone into talking here, or you're listening to a life coach. I scared myself that day when we communicated, which is the Eight of Wands around a Leo or an Aquarian. What is this Eight of Wands? Why did they scare themselves? Because the truth. Because that really is the truth. Thank you for leaving me, though. With what? Not a pot to piss in? Something to do with the children here? I don't know, might be a friend. I scared myself, thank you for leaving me. From a Knight of Cups. That might be the message that comes in. Thanks for just leaving me. Knight of Cups. Is an ending, yeah. Scorpio or Aries. I do wish you well. Bon voyage, I'm starting a new beginning, yeah. I think there's a split up, break up, kind of just saying goodbye to someone here. Goodbye to the past. The past is in the past, that's best where it is. I focused on you instead of my pain. It doesn't really matter. A Queen of Pentacles and a Moon. A Mother or Virgo and a Four. Yeah, there's I don't know what is going on really, Leo. There's kind of like this separation, moving on, split up. Someone that might be apologetic. I don't know if you want it or not, but it seems as if someone's going to be possibly reaching out to someone, and then, but it's more like, oh, okay, now I understand you're with someone. Okay, bon voyage, see you soon. So it might be where I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say no because I'm already with someone here. So someone might reach out, but then they end up just saying, oh, I didn't realise that you're already with someone. Oh, okay, no worries. Bon voyage, okay. I focused on you instead of, well, I think there's an X energy that's also present as well here around you. But, yeah, your first reading kind of rings a little bit of a bell of being here as well, John. But, yeah, I think there's this hello, goodbye type sort of stuff, like this final countdown type sort of thing of this, just finalising it and saying goodbye. But like I said, it can be where someone reaches out and says, okay, are we sure that you're over and we're finished, and are you sure? And they're kind of like, well, kind of, yeah. I mean, you can always get back at any point. But like, it just feels like that conclusion of the past wrapping itself up and then ready to move on. And then as you do, the person comes back to apologise. It feels like that. And then the first one really was about marriage, divorce and taking children. So I don't know what is going on. Anyway, next reading, we'll try and get to grips of what is going on when we do you a full Rider-Waite reading and so on and so forth, okay? All right, guys, thanks very much. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on your next reading.